Joining me here tonight, the brother and sister-in-law of Virginia Giuffre, Sky and Amanda Roberts, and thank you two for coming back here on obviously a really big day in terms of what this means. You just heard Max saying it's essentially unprecedented. And Sky, I wonder for you, what does it mean to you that he will no longer be known as Prince Andrew?
Oh, I can tell you it's been a really joyous and happy and sad, and a sad day because she should be here. She should be having this interview with you, Caitlin. But you know, it's definitely some vindication for Virginia. I think that she had been fighting for this for a long time. She always said, only one of us is telling the truth, and I know that's me. And I think this is a big sense of vindication for her from not just the general public, but from the king himself to say, I stand by survivors. And, we're really proud of her. We're so proud of what she was able to achieve. And this is a huge moment for her, not necessarily just for me, but for survivors out there. It's an acknowledgement to say, we believe you, we see you. Okay. And for me, I love you. We love you. And so we're here. And this is a very vindicating moment for us. And I wish she was here to share this with us.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today when this came down, Amanda, just in terms of for so long she had to deal with his denials. I mean, that interview that he did that was just a train wreck, essentially, trying to deny what she, her very specific recollections of what he did to her. And I just, wonder what she would have thought to know that one day he would be stripped of his title that protected him, obviously, and insulated him for so long.
Virginia would be so joyous, but so cheeky at the same time. I don't know if I could tell you on live air what she would say to that response, truly, because she was just, it was about acknowledgement for her, always. And I think this last stroke of the pen, that memoir, even though she's not here with us, she left an everlasting proof and vindication. And I think she would be so proud. And I think she would turn to her children and say, I did it. I got the bad guy.
And just to think about her having that moment is, I'm sure, really incredibly difficult for the two of you. And, Sky, looking at this, do you think her book and the release of it and the stories she told in that book of her experiences, do you think that is what led to this moment tonight?
I think it had a large influence. I think it was hard to deny because when you read that book, it takes the salacious details out and just goes right into the raw stuff where it hits you right in the heart. And you just cannot ignore the fact that these men did just absolutely atrocious things to her. Not just Prince Andrew. Mind you, it wasn't just one time. She mentioned more than one time. She mentioned 3 times in which her and Prince Andrew had interactions, we'll call it that. And so, yeah, I think this is a huge moment for her to tell the world that I was telling the truth the whole time. I wanted you to know because the truth is this is a predator's playbook. These people are monsters and we need to bring them to justice. And that's what we're doing here now. I think this is a start to it, but it's not the end of it. We have more to do. The king needs to do a bit more. He has done enough. He's definitely set kind of a precedent to the rest of the world. President Trump needs to put his big boy pants on and follow suit. However, I think that the second part to it is that we need some type of investigation. Why is he still walking around? Why would the prince even be funding any sort of, I don't know, property for him? That doesn't make any sense. So I think at this point we need an investigation, and these men, including Prince Andrew, if found guilty, should be put behind bars. Period.
Well, And part of that Buckingham Palace statement today said that these censures, they said, are deemed necessary, notwithstanding the fact that he continues to deny the allegations against him. And they said, Their Majesties wish to make clear that their thoughts and utmost sympathies have been and will remain with the victims and survivors of any and all forms of abuse. I mean, Amanda, the last time we spoke, you told me that you thought Virginia deserved more than an apology from Andrew. And when you hear that statement, do you think that the royal family gets a sense and is taking what she said seriously now?
I think they've been put in a position where they can't ignore it anymore. And I will commend them because this is the very first time from anyone during these allegations that there was any form of acknowledgement that there are survivors involved, which means there was abuse that was incurred. And so that is very important. The acknowledgement is the very first step, because I don't think anyone can look at this case anymore and say that they are liars. There is no way. They have proven themselves over and over and over again. And so it is a good step. It's a good acknowledgement, but I am hoping that they have no choice but to go further. I think the people have put so much pressure on them that they have no choice. And I think we need to see the same things here. We need to back our government in a corner where their hands are tied to this and they have to come forward and do the right thing.
Well, I mean, on that front, we heard from Thomas Massie today. He's been pushing that discharge petition on Capitol Hill to release the Epstein files. And he called this a victory for victims. But he said, however, it appears that the rich and powerful men in the United States have immunities and privileges exceeding those of royalty in Britain. Speaker Johnson is avoiding a vote on releasing Epstein files by keeping the House in recess. It's not a hoax. I wonder, Skye, what you make of that comment there. And I assume you probably agree with Thomas Massie.
I mean, I do. I think it's never been a hoax. I mean, you could hear Haley Robson on the Capitol steps saying, President Trump, I'll meet you at your doorstep and I'll speak to you. This is not a hoax. We are real people. And yeah, I mean, this is vindication here in so many ways, but it's not enough. I just want to make it clear that, like, this is the right step. And yes, the UK is showing us the way. I think the problem here is that the United States holds the key to this, like, magical box of, like, mystery that they're trying to hold secret. And we have to find a way to unlock that. And they have that key, and we have to put pressure on the FBI. I can tell you, okay, that my sister handed over her own documents to the FBI. They have them in possession. In the book, she will state to you that she saw the very cameras that Epstein was using to blackmail so many of these men, these horrific men, these, I won't even name them, these horrific men that sexually abused so many of these women, girls at the time. It's time for us to blackmail them. It's time for us to use the reverse psychology here and have our FBI, our very own justice system, the people that are supposed to defend us, Caitlin, unlock that little box, show us the documents. We don't need to know the victims' names, but we need to know the people that were involved inside of those documents. We need to say, you know what, enough is enough. And Prince Andrew and the king is setting the precedent. He's setting the way. This is the pathway. The last little part of it is put them behind bars, period.
Skye and Amanda Roberts, I really appreciate you joining me tonight on behalf of your sister. Thank you for your time as always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Caitlin.